Now another type of bass rhythm that you'll hear being played behind Sonny Boy Williamson is what I call a double string bass rhythm. And this is your typical blues shuffle rhythm. I'm going to show you a first example from a song called Love in Vain. And in this tune, it's in the key of G, so I've got my capo on the 3rd fret. Let me just play the bass pattern for you, or at least as close as I can get it to what I think I'm hearing on the record. And then we'll break it down. With the chord thrown in. And I can't tell, it's really hard to tell when you listen to those Sonny Boy records who's playing what. And so there's lots of different ways you can do this, so I'll show you what I'm talking about here. The basic rhythm is very simple. The key is getting a good tone and using your right hand to mute just enough or whatever you're trying to do. And just putting my first finger, if I'm playing in the key of G, so just like I had an E chord here, my first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and I'm hitting the 6th and the 5th strings, and just moving my ring finger to the 4th and the 5th frets. And that's the whole pattern. I can also just play it going back and forth between the 2nd and 4th frets. And that's actually how he starts off that tune, Love in Vain. I go to the 4, which is going to be a C, now I just move that first finger over to the 4th string, 2nd fret. Now I'm hitting the open 5th and the 4th string. Now the variations for the bass pattern here, there's a ton of them, and a lot of these you hear on the Sonny Boy records here and there. One way you can go from the 5 to the 4 to the 1 is by playing the 7th chord, which is like a B7 shape, so it would be, in this case, actually a D7. So if you don't know that shape, look it up, learn how to play it. Check out my videos on chords, 7th chords. Then you can go back for over the 4 to that bass pattern. And there's a little pattern. What I'm doing there is, then I'm going to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So 2nd fret of the 4th string, open, then 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then the B7th chord. So let me play that whole section from the 5, 3. And back to the 1. And so on. Now let's talk about some more variations on the 5, the 4 to the 1 that you can use with this pattern. Another one that I hear in various Sonny Boy songs is like a single string thing, similar to what he does on Don't Start Me Talking. So on the 5, so you might do something similar to that same pattern we learned earlier, but just this time with the double string shuffle. Another thing I hear him doing in a song, there's a song called, I'm trying to think of the name of it, 99 or one of those, where he does the B like this from the 5. And so what I'm doing for the 5, this is a Jimmy Reed type thing. I'm going down here and playing the open A, even though, or this would be Where we're at now in G, this would be an open D or an open C. Our fifth string open. Even though that's not a D, and we're playing over the 5 chord, which is a D, but you still get that sound because I've got my first finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And I'm bouncing it back and forth down here to the 6th fret. And then back to the 4, which is the C. That variation of the, when I wrap it up, just going open 5th string, 1st fret, 2nd fret into the 7th, B7th chord, D7, B7th shape. So again, whoops, sorry. Do that, or that's your basic double string bass rhythm, which you're going to hear on a lot of Sonny Boy stuff. You can move the capo around. He does some songs in A where he moves the capo to the 5th fret. He uses this shuffle rhythm in F, so he moves it up to the 1st fret. And wherever you move the capo, you're still playing the same fingerings. You just have to adjust your fret position for the key. So that is a double string bass rhythm, or what they call a shuffle rhythm. You hear this in tunes like Work With Me, Bring It On Home, 99, Your Imagination, all kinds of tunes where he's using that shuffle rhythm. Another double string bass rhythm that you can play, this is on a Sonny Boy tune called Sad to Be Alone. It's very similar to a lick that you hear in the instrumental tune Honky Tonk by Bill Doggett. And he's playing in the key of C, but he's putting the capo up here. If I'm hearing this right, which I think I am, up here on the 1st fret. So you think he's going to play in F if you do that, but no, you're going to play in C. And here's the pattern. I'll play it for you one time slowly. Keeps that going throughout the whole song. It's a different kind of rhythm. Again, it's something different. So what you're going to do, make a C shape here. This is your C power chord or bar chord, and this is on the, with the capo, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret. And what you're going to do is put your first finger on that fret, 7th fret, get in the 1st or the 6th and the 5th strings. Then you're going to put your ring finger 2 frets up, so it would be the 9th fret. 9th fret of the 5th string. There's your power chord. And the picking is I'm picking downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So downstroke the 6th string, upstroke the 5th string. Every time. So with the pinky, you got to break your pinky out and use it here. Going down to the 11th fret to the 12th fret with the pinky. And that's over the 1. Trying to keep everything steady. You could try to take your 2nd finger off. I've got big hands, so I can make that stretch. If you have trouble making that stretch, then you better try to think of a different way to play that. There's some tricks you can use I've seen, but I can't remember offhand. And then when he goes to the F, he's going up here like a 1st position E. So remember that pattern for the shuffle rhythm? All we're doing is picking it differently. just go on the sixth string open, then up, down with the sixth string, up with the fifth string. When I'm doing this, I'm slightly muting with my right hand palm. I'm just setting it very gently on the strings down here by the bridge. Then when it gets to the 5, this is a tough stretch in G. So there's that trick. What I'm doing is taking my ring finger off as I stretch, but then I got to put it right back on again. Whoops. I'm not real good at that, but that's what you're doing. I can just stretch it like that. Then back to the F, to the C. For the turnaround. So it's like what we were doing up here, except we don't have the capo. So it's a chromatic run from the 7th, 8th, 9th on the 5th string. And then, whoops. Again, a different kind of rhythm, a little sloppy there, sorry. But that is the idea. I show you how to play it. So with all the bass rhythms that we've got, you've got a ton of stuff that you can use to play behind a harmonica player or with another guitar player with you playing the low end. You've got your single string rhythms. You've got your double string shuffles. And you've also got kind of what I call a honky-tonk variation. So if I were playing the tune in F, I could do it that way. But I'm playing down here. But the picking pattern, that's what I'm talking about. Those are all different ways of playing some rhythm guitar that you hear on the Sonny Boy Williamson recordings.